Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for the Real Housewives of Potomac Reunion Part 3. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you get anything out of the content. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. Let me just say this first off. Potomac is on a slippery slope. It's about time to wrap up this whole Housewives universe because all of the franchises are really taking a turn. And Potomac this season was a waste, okay? The third part of this reunion was a waste. We are still reiterating things that we talked about in parts 1 and 2. And the ending of this was Andy's attempt to tell us what Robin didn't tell us when he already told us when she was on Watch What Happens Live after the finale aired. I'm not about to play with y'all. Child, let's get into it. When the episode first opens up, we pick up with the receipts being drawn. Honey, they pulling out their boxes or whatever. Andy gonna turn to me and go, "Oh, a bedazzled box." I thought that was so funny. So Jacqueline was like, "Yeah, you were never a CEO, Mia. You were never." Mia's like, "What?" She's like, "Gordon was the CEO." So here goes Giselle. "We don't need all of this." Speak for yourself, Gizzard. I need it and I want it all, okay? The only reason why you getting a little apprehensive, honey, is because they got props. And we all know when Monique pulled out that binder, you probably starting to get PTSD, child. But we need all of this. So let's get to it. So Jacqueline was like, "Yeah, Mia claimed she was with my mom on Mother's Day. She wasn't." Mia said, "No, I was on the phone with her for hours." Oh, child. Lie number one. Jacqueline also claims that G is looking for Leah in the daytime with a flashlight, thinking she with another man while she down in ATL contacting Jacqueline the whole time asking if she seen Mia. So Mia was like, "Well, I went to have brunch with an ex-boyfriend's mother and he was mad about it, but we hashed it out." But why though? Why were you with an ex's mother? G ain't no fool. You think he crazy, but he really not. And you're married. Okay? You are married. You were obviously sneaking around if he was upset. So Jacqueline, allegedly, honey, because I don't want no trouble, okay? Because they suing left and right over there in the Bravo sphere, okay? So Jacqueline said G doesn't trust her. And Andy said, "Okay, so anything from you, bedazzled box?" Here go Mia, talking about, "It's a lot. I'm not even going to go there." That's because ain't nothing in them boxes but that itinerary for you to get back on that plane. Girl, don't nobody care about what Delta is doing, honey. Did they reschedule you or not? Because we know damn well it ain't nothing on those papers. Mia, something is really wrong with her. Ain't nothing in that box but a bunch of grocery receipts and her flight itinerary. And see, you didn't think that Jacqueline was going to call your bluff. Okay, you see she ain't playing, so now you're retreating and you ain't fooling me. So Andy asked if Jacqueline and G had sex and she said no. So Wendy said, is that just another narrative? Jacqueline said, "No, it's a narrative some of the ladies believed and thought that we did." It's okay, Jacqueline. You can say it's a narrative that Giselle believed. Go on, say it, honey. Call it who it is. Put an ad on it. Okay, it was Gizzard. So Robin talking about, but you were kind of playing coy about it. So Giselle gonna say, you're a grown woman. So if you didn't have sex, all you had to do was say you didn't have sex. But Giselle, why are you inquiring? We don't give a damn, girl. So Andy said, "Well, are you sleeping with married men?" She said, "No, I am not." So Andy asked Mia where she got that from. And she's like, "I'm gonna let her have that one." Get Mia's lying ass out of here. Okay? She has not said one thing that can be substantiated since she's been on this show. That's from the first season to now. Her first season, not season 1, because thank goodness we didn't have to deal with Leah from season 1. So Andy asked if they had a sexual relationship. Jacqueline said, "No, we're like sisters." So Andy reads a comment from a viewer asking why she outed Jacqueline for sleeping with married men and they're supposed to be friends instead of taking her to the side and having a conversation. So then Mia goes, "Because she came for G." Okay, she said that I needed some D when she's the only one on the cast that knew that G was a prostate cancer survivor. So Karen and Ashley were like, "I knew." Here go Giselle. "I didn't know." Girl, it's the first thing you don't know because you control everything that goes on, honey. You pull the purse strings. They better be glad you didn't know. It probably would have been another way for you to be disgusting. Okay, so we're happy you didn't know. So Mia said Jacqueline used that in his in performance to come for G and what he can and cannot do in performance. Mia, you making up lies and words in performance. Giselle looked at Ashley like, say what now? Honey, not his in performance. Mia, why would you just out your husband like that? Why would you just tell all these heifers that he's impotent? Why? You always claim somebody coming for G, yet you just came for G. Mia, you're less than smart. You just exposed his medical history when nobody had to know that. Not nobody. Andy said, well, how can you say close your legs to marry me and when you didn't close your legs to marry me? And she's like, I didn't deny it. That's the thing. She denied it. There's a difference. Jacqueline said, yeah, she never even came to me, but claims that my home was foreclosed. I still have a home. You don't. Ooh, the shade, honey. She said Mia has never given her one red dime. Child, she can't give you one red dime or even $1, honey. She ain't got 15 cents to rub together, honey. She trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. Mia talking about, you have asked G for money. She said, I've never asked G for any money. So then Andy asked about what they bought for Jacqueline. He was like, did she buy the Porsche? And Jacqueline said, no, she lied about the Porsche because she needed a story. So that was a lie too. Okay. The thing that's so crazy is we didn't ask for any of this. Y'all just lying to lie. We didn't ask for none of this. So Candace was like, no, you need to explain that. So Jacqueline said, Mia wanted that narrative, so I lied about it, but that's not who I am as a person. It definitely is who you are, because why would you agree to it? I'm not about to agree to something that's going to make me look like a fool. Child, I wish I would. So G sat up there looking crazy, and you were lying? Okay. So I'm led to believe y'all all sleeping together. Because everything y'all say to me, I'm going to believe the exact opposite. You said he paid for the Porsche, he didn't pay for it. You said y'all ain't sleeping together, y'all sleeping together. You said you and me ain't did nothing, y'all did do something. Allegedly. Because I'm not buying nothing that either one of you talking about. And why would you agree to look needy? Your storyline will not be me needing a cosigner. Child, I wish I would. So she's like, yeah, that was a big mistake on my part. I paid for my own vehicle. So she had the receipt of the car being in her name and whatnot. So then Mia talking about, you know what's so funny? Okay, because you're a CEO and you sit on panels and everything, but Gordon told you to get an EIN. Mia, please be quiet. Hell, I got an EIN. Gordon did not make her because he asked her to get. You are always coming back with something irrelevant that has nothing to do with what we are talking about. She's talking about her paying for her Porsche all of a sudden. Gordon told you to get an EIN. Oh my God, honey, I ain't got time. She's like, Gordon inspired you to be an entrepreneur. Everybody on Instagram is an entrepreneur. Everybody on the Facebook, or as my grandmother calls it, everybody on the book is an entrepreneur. So did G inspire all of them as well? Oh, okay, honey, let's get to the next segment, honey. They're like, okay, well, is there any chance of reconciliation between the two of you? Mia was like, yeah, there's no mending. It's acknowledgement. That's what we need, acknowledgement. Mia, acknowledge your own lies. Moving forward. An acknowledgement of what? Let's talk about this lie that y'all created. That's what I really wanted to get into. I hate how Andy just sat back and act like he didn't hear that. Did you just hear that these heifers said that they lied? So Andy said, well, the good news is you made a few new friends, Mia, but you lost your sister. I hope you two can figure it out. Andy don't give a damn. He don't give a damn. I hope you don't think he does, because he does not. Jacqueline, you and Mia are cut from the same cloth. I'm sorry. I cannot feel sorry for Jacqueline. I cannot stand Jacqueline. Oh, Jacqueline need to come back now. Y'all know what I got from this segment? That you're a liar as well. Okay? Girl, bye. You and Mia are the same. The only reason why you're pulling out the receipts now is because Mia turned against you and started running that rabbit mouth of hers. Had Mia not said anything and the two of you were still cool, you would still be up under her, acting like Wendy didn't exist, the same way you were in that pool talking about, I'm going to make sure that Wendy doesn't come back to this house. I'm going to make sure that Ashley and Candace don't bring her back. But now all of a sudden, that's not who I am as a person. Y'all are exactly the same, and you can go and Mia can go as well. Moving forward. So as she's leaving, Wendy gonna say, girl, forward me them receipts. Ma'am, we do not need you to have them receipts, child. These props have got to be banned, honey. Because all that, and we didn't find out any real tea besides Mia outing her own husband's impotence. And they really need some kind of housewife school of reads. Okay, because this right here ain't working. Moving forward. So they take a break. Honey Boo Boo is in the back talking about, yeah, I'm so excited to be hitting the stage. Like there's a person that doesn't want to see me, but I'm not worried about her because we're on two different vibrational levels. Shasha, you definitely giving low vibrational, honey, calling people workers and lying through them veneers. Okay, let's not get it twisted. So child, Shasha has hit the stage. Not them scooting down for her to sit next to Gizzard. I said, what's going on now? Because, honey, she could have had a conversation with Karen from the end of the couch. Not them putting Wendy all the way on the end so that Sharice can be closer to the front. Child, y'all better pick up what they putting down. Now, y'all can sit here and act oblivious if you want to. So Andy asked if her divorce was favorable, and she said it was 50-50. Somebody asked about Robin's friendship with Sharice, and Robin was like, it's about being a good friend, but all the ladies here love her. Like Giselle loves her, and Mia loves her, and Candace loves her. I mean, we all love her. Well, the audience doesn't love her. And y'all know what? Even in this moment, Robin showed her hatred toward Wendy. She didn't even name her. She didn't even name her when she was naming all those ladies. This right here is just, they so gross, child. So now it's time for Karen's package. Okay, Grand Dame, honey, let's shake off the yawns and get into it. So Rachel from New Jersey asked why Karen didn't want to do lunch with Sharice. Why is it so bad to have lunch with Sharice? What did she do? So Karen started speaking her speech. I would have said, Rachel from New Jersey, I ain't want to. Any other questions? I didn't have lunch because I ain't want to. I mean, what don't they understand? They don't like each other. Stop trying to make fetch happen. So Andy said, well, I'm confused because if someone decided to go to my mom's funeral that I wasn't cool with, it would be very meaningful for me. So Karen is like, I'm not doing this with you again. I respectfully declined to answer any more questions about my mom's funeral. So Andy turned right around and asked Shasha. He was like, so about the funeral. Oh, this reunion here was a fool. Do you hear me? She does not like that lady, Andy. Let it go. So Sharice is like, well, me and Karen have very different math skills. Karen pulled out this nail file, started filing her nails. Karen, here goes Sharice. She has her theatrics. Karen gonna say, no, I have dinner tonight. Ma'am, them nails been filed all reunion. Now they need a refiling. Girl, goodbye. So Sharice was like, I don't know what she's talking about because we were cool back when I went to the funeral. So Andy goes, well, let's be clear. Okay, we invited her back. She's not here to try to take you down. I haven't heard from her in 4 years. Oh, okay. So all I hear is we reached out to her for her to take you down, not her reaching out to us for her to take you down. I also heard Giselle called me and told me to do it. Giselle probably called Andy allegedly and said, let's bring Sharice back. It would be interesting. She already offered him her Hello Kitty as sacrifice, so I don't put it past her. Okay, I don't put nothing past Gizzard. Plus, Sharice is a known liar, so I don't care what she's talking about. Both of y'all have secrets. That's just the bottom line. So Sharice asked why she invited her to the Dom event. And here go Robin. Wait. And also her 55th birthday dinner. Karen said, Matt invited her. Karen, let's be very serious. Let's be very serious, ma'am. Matt had to run that guest list by you. Come on now, Karen. You got to do better than that. So they all trying to figure out why she was invited if she didn't like her. Karen was like, well, she was already on her way. Karen, I'm trying so hard to defend you. I really am. But honey, if I don't like you, you better not hit the I-10. If I don't like you, I don't give a damn who invited you. You will not be in attendance because I don't like you. Y'all, she need to take a lesson from Quad. Now, I don't know if y'all watch Married to Medicine, honey. I've been watching since season 1. That is my show. Okay, Married to Medicine is top tier. If you have not seen it, the new season is coming back soon. So go on, head over to the Peacock and get yourself a subscription and watch Married to Medicine. And also check out my throwback channel because I will be reviewing some of the older episodes. The link will be down in the description box below. Shameless plug. That's just a side note. But y'all need to take a lesson from Quad. Quad from Married to Medicine turned Mariah and her husband around in a parking lot because she didn't F with Mariah. She was like, you will not step foot in here at my husband's birthday party, honey. I don't like you, and that's just what it is. So even if she was on her way, Karen, that excuse does not make any sense. So girl gone. Moving forward. So Andy said, well, Sharice, you came with every accusation possible. Is there more? So Karen tells Sharice she's out there spewing these rumors, and Sharice is like, yeah, I said that because of what you said about me. This is the first season that I've ever said anything about you. No, it is not. Let's rewind the tapes back to season 3. Sharice, this is not the first time. Even on a reunion, you were talking about Karen with some alleged man. What are you talking about? So Karen was like, well, I've never said anything about you because I know that you have children and I know a lot. All this show is about is rumors. The R in RHOP should stand for Rumors Housewives of Potomac. Rumored Housewives of Potomac. Because that's all y'all talk about. Y'all get together every season to talk about rumors, saying, look at all these rumors surrounding me every day. Y'all getting on my nerves. Y'all are getting on my nerves, honey. Y'all are making it hard for me to give a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade. And I don't like it. Okay? I really don't. And also, Shasha. I'm pretty sure Karen did hear some things, honey, because Katie over there talking on the Twitter. And I'm pretty sure that Karen already knew what Katie is over there talking about. So aside from that, I'm sure there are other things that Karen knows, just like there are some things that I'm sure that you probably know. So Andy said, Mia, the rumor that you heard sound very detailed. She's like, oh my God, are we doing this now? He said, yeah, we're doing it now. She said, well, did somebody from Minnesota say that? Girl, what? He said, no, I'm asking this. Is this thing on? Oh, child. Andy think Mia a dingbat as well. So Mia talking about the person that was in Vegas with Karen is family and I don't want to out them. Then why did you even bring it up? Mia loves to claim that people are her family and they don't even know you. That person probably doesn't even know you from a hole in the wall, girl. So Karen said, I want you to give it to Andy so I can sue them. Oh, child. So Mia's like, well, no, if you say it's not true, then it's not true. Let me just pause right here. This could have really ended on part 2. Karen, I don't know what kind of secrets you're hiding. I'm not sure, but I'm just sick of you not answering and sick of them saying whatever it is they saying. I'm just sick of it. And so Karen is like, you can't just say whatever you want to say. You can't do it. Wendy said, one thing about this group, they can say a rumor and it's okay. But when you say a rumor about them, then they get upset. And he was like, yeah, that's so true. And I'm tired of the rumors. And I am sure that other viewers are tired of it as well. And the segment is ending. But what I got from this is that Shasha lied about the restroom sex with the worker. She only said it to get back at Karen. Karen has a box of secrets, kind of like that bedazzled box that Mia got over there sitting on the side of her with absolutely nothing in it. Moving forward. So Mia gonna say, the only reason why I brought it up is because you said consider the source. I mean, but if you're saying you didn't do it, then it's cool you didn't do it. So Mia was like, well, Wendy accused me of having sex for steak and lobster, but I know I didn't do it. So, I mean, it's fine. But Mia, you just said in part 2 that you're not denying that you busted wide open for a lobster. Mia, you need to be evaluated. You really do. You need some kind of psychiatric evaluation. So Wendy said, don't forget the shrimp scampi. Don't forget the shrimp scampi. And I can't even laugh at it because it's just like, y'all are ridiculous. What are y'all even talking about? Like, I just don't know it. What are y'all talking about? So then Robin in this mother of the bride dress, she pipes up yet again. Robin, shut up. Talking about, well, we don't get our rumors from the blogs. We get them from actual people. Newsflash, Robin, blogs are people. They're people, honey. Did you think blogs were ran by robots? Girl, what is wrong with you? And so what? You get it from actual people. Who's to say those actual people didn't get it from the blogs? Use your thinker, Robin. I just hate to hear Robin speak at this moment. I just really do, especially after she flipped all of us the bird when she had that little made for TV wedding. Honey, sweep around your own front porch first. I don't really care what you're talking about. Karen is like, girl, nobody called you. And she's like, no, people did call me. Here go Gizzard. No, people called her. Please be quiet, ma'am. Karen said, they called me about you. Okay, let's move on. Karen got secrets. They got secrets. Everybody got secrets. Okay. And Robin wanted us to pay for her secrets over on the Patreon. Moving forward. So then we have to acknowledge that Robin is there and we have to actually hear from her. So here we go. We see her package of the season and Andy asked if her wedding day was everything that she thought it would be. She said it was amazing. It was more than she even imagined. So Andy asked if Giselle had a hard time not being invited. And she said, I thought that Robin was going to call me at the last minute and say that I could come, but she didn't. And I was bothered. Uh-oh, big sister Gizzard is not pleased, honey. It's giving less reasonable and more shady. Okay. So Andy asked about the prenup. Robin said they decided on 50-50, but he doesn't get ownership of any of her businesses. Okay, so the AliExpress private label hats and the Sleepy Time podcast are safe. Whew, I was so worried. That was crazy. I was so worried, y'all. I did not know if Robin's hats were going to be safe, y'all. I wouldn't give him 50 cents of nothing, honey. 50%, 50 cents. I wouldn't give him nothing. You don't need a prenup for that. Andy asked about the infidelity clause. She's like, no, it's not in there. Dum, da, dum, dum, dum. She gonna say, I mean, I could be setting myself up if I put it in there. This confirms the open marriage for me. That's why she was feeling all up on that young lad on the beach. This confirms it. The marriage is open. The door is open. Honey, it ain't closed. So then they asked Karen why she was so obsessed with Robin's wedding. And she was like, I was obsessed, but I was only that because she kept saying they were going to do it and then they didn't do it. So just do it if you're going to do it. Get into it if you're going to get into it. So then Karen was asked about the woman that Juan is running around town with. And Andy asked Robin if she had a serious conversation about the Karen doppelganger. And was he mad? She was like, I mean, he doesn't like it. He feels like he should be left alone because he doesn't bother anyone, but he doesn't watch this show. He just didn't want to poke those alleged mistresses to start talking, which they did. He's like, look, keep my name out y'all mouth because I'm telling them one thing and she over here doing something totally different. So let me just put my credit card down so I can pay for people that I don't know to have a hotel room for the night. Anywho. So then Andy brings up her field day and Robin is like, I mean, it was very last minute. How is something you invited them to last minute? It was grass and a field. Rent a bouncy house, get some tables, get some chairs. Amazon is Prime all day, every day. Order some events and something that they can do and put it out there. Robin, get it together. So they rehash her asking Candace to bring Wendy's kids. Of course, Robin is acting oblivious to the fact that that made absolutely no sense, only for Wendy to explain it to her. Ma'am, you know dang on well that nobody is going to relinquish their kids to someone that they are not comfortable with. Candace had never been around them alone. And even if she had, I'm still not letting my kids go somewhere with a woman that does not like me. Girl, if you don't brighten up. So then Andy brought up the Coppin State allegations. Honey, I was shocked at this. I was like, oh, now I'm bringing up Coppin State. Honey, I didn't think he was going to bring it up. She said, well, you know, I can't say much, but what they're accusing him of is untrue. And he handled it the way that I would want someone to handle it for my kids. Robin is a real dodo bird. She is a real dodo bird. She said that they used Juan's name for clickbait. Robin, he is the head coach, and he is named in said lawsuit. Your response should have been, Andy, this is a very sensitive subject, and it has nothing to do with the show, so I have no comment. And you mean to tell me that Robin worked in PR? Girl, goodbye. So Andy asked what Robin would say to those that believe the wedding was never going to take place. She gives this Easter speech, but quite frankly, we don't give a damn. In the next scene, the husbands have taken the stage. Child, this one all hell broke loose. Do y'all hear me? So Andy said, I love how you stand by Karen, Ray. You haven't missed a reunion yet. Baby, the shade. I hope Robin caught it. Ray gonna be propped up behind Karen if he don't do nothing else. So then he spoke to Happy Eddie. Hey, sir. He spoke to G. Eddie said, I'm still smiling, but I'm not flirting with you. I know that's right, honey. Make it plain. We don't want no problems. So Andy asked Eddie how he felt about the heifers coming for people's marriages. He said, you know, when it affects my wife and my life and our family, then that's when I get upset because it really takes a lot for me to get upset. I'm really an easygoing guy. So then he asked G how he felt going through Mia's health scare on camera. He said, you know, it was tough. And then, you know, he started shedding a few tears. Poor G. Having to be subjected to Mia. Justice for G. We need some t-shirts. Y'all think we can get some shirts? Oh, poor G. He did say it was tough, though. So then Andy asked G if he and Jacqueline had a sexual relationship. He said, no, Jacqueline is like my little sister. Andy said, well, have you had sex with any of Mia's friends? He said, no. He said, no, okay, just besides Peter's girlfriend. So Mia was coaching G on this because this is yet another lie that I caught her in. But see, she didn't outright say that she lied, but I could tell that she had lied based on how she looked back at G and went, you guys did foreplay though, right? Y'all did floor play. He don't know nothing about that. G be lost in the sauce, honey. He don't even know what day it is. You hear me? G was genuinely confused. He's like, there was no penetration. Well, honey, we know that. According to Mia, ain't no penetration happening nowhere. Okay? Not nowhere. So they all started laughing, right? And he's like, I don't see the issue. And y'all laughing, I don't see the issue. Gee, they're laughing because your tacky wife told them your business in the first segment. That's why they laughing. So they switch on over to Chris. Child, this is when all hell breaks loose, okay? He asked how he felt when he heard Giselle's claims. And Chris said at first he was shocked. When they got to the room, she said, I only said yes because I thought my team was in here. Why didn't you just say that we had to step out into the hallway or we can have this conversation at a later time if you saw that they were not there? Chris said, I want to know what I did to you because you sat with Karen and said I owed you an apology for what I did to you. So what did I do? Giselle goes over her recollection of events. Ma'am, you aren't answering. What did he do? So he's like, you still haven't said what I've done. It's been 10 months. Let's go. I've been losing checks. I've been losing money. I've been losing clients, answering to my children and my family. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm not listening to no man yelling and cussing at me. However, his response leads me to believe that he lost his job behind these allegations. So I can see why he's so upset. And I don't think that they're saying that. But at the end, on those end cards, it said that Chris was no longer working for the hotel. So it leads me to believe that maybe he lost his job. So Giselle is like, well, we're not going to talk if you just going to cuss. That's not cool. Candace said, no, what's not cool is your gutter snipe lying on my family. Child, I'm so taken aback. Not the gutter snipe, not the GBA, not to be confused with the GEB. Child, not the GBA, honey, not to be confused with the green-eyed bandits, honey. Giselle said, I haven't lied on your husband, Candace. Okay? He had a lot to drink, and I felt uncomfortable. So then she brings up her conversation with Cal. She said, I really felt uncomfortable because Cal said, you knew that he was gone. Child, Giselle is piecing together all this BS. He made you feel a certain way, but he didn't do anything to you. You have been implying he did something inappropriate all season. And before anybody gets confused, Giselle kept saying he needs to apologize for what he did to me, which leaves people to run with their own narrative. What did he do? Did he touch your boob? Did he close you up in the room? Did he hold you close? What did he do? You saying he made me feel uncomfortable is one thing, but what you really mean is I felt uncomfortable being in the room alone with a married man instead of saying he made me feel uncomfortable. I'm not finna keep going around in a circle, child. I really don't. So baby, they're going back and forth and back about what is true or not. He said the door was open. She's like, that's not true. That is not true, Chris. So now they're arguing about whether or not the door was open. Giselle said, well, I asked you to go and you left. I asked you to see if they were ready. You left, and that's the end of it. She's like, I thought your wife should know. He said, okay, well, if you thought my wife should know, why did you wait 5 months? She's like, well, I mean, when Ashley brought up the DMs, I was like, whoa, this is a lot. Giselle, you still ain't making no sense. Any DM that Ashley got does not mean that you should have waited to build a case. Why didn't you say something when it first happened? If your man makes me feel uncomfortable, I'm not going to sit there and decide if I should say it or not. So Ashley talking about, I mean, it was the nature of the DM. Ashley, hush. Y'all implying this man was spreading it wide all over the DMV. I don't want to hear it. So then Chris brings up how Giselle always talks about his brown penis, but he never says anything. He never asked her to apologize for that. So then he brings that up and he's like, you felt uncomfortable and that's fine. If that's how you felt, then that's how you felt. But it's nothing that I did. She said, well, who did it then? Nobody did it, Giselle. It was a feeling. Feelings are not facts. Just because you felt uncomfortable doesn't mean he did something to make you uncomfortable. So Giselle apologizes to him for the sneaky link comment. But baby, what she say that for? Because honey, Candace was not buying it, okay? So then Andy asked about the apology that Chris sent to her, and he said he didn't want to ruin Candace's event. That's why he didn't talk to her at the finale party, but he did wanted to actually DM her. He said, I didn't apologize to her because that would be like me admitting that I did something wrong and I did not do anything wrong to her. Giselle was like, well, I felt uncomfortable. I mean, it was a wrong situation. So Candace is getting pissed because Giselle refuses to admit that her wording was incorrect and implied more than what it was. So Candace starts going off. She's like, you're sitting here like a victim. You're the reason why women can't come forward with SA because you sit up here with your white looking self and use your privilege. So both me and Ashley are like, oh, no, that's too far. That is too far. Candace is like, no, it is not. Her proximity to whiteness allows her to sit up here and tell those lies. So Mia's like, you can't say white privilege when she's a black female. What are you saying? Mia, please be quiet. Just be quiet. So Ashley's like, it's the colorism issue that we talked about and you're introducing it into the group. Ashley, don't even try it. The colorism has already been in the group. Now, we ain't gonna give her that. She ain't introducing nothing. It's been introduced before she spoke, okay? Now, listen to me. Candace needs a lesson in delivery and word choice. Because when she gets upset, it's like whatever comes to mind is exactly what's gonna come out of her mouth. But what she said wasn't entirely wrong. Giselle being lighter skinned affords her the luxury of getting away with things that other women like her and Wendy cannot. That is what she was trying to say. This is why they needed a moderator for the colorism segment. Wendy was like, Candace, I love you, but you saying that on the heels of the colorism conversation, like you need to understand what that may imply. And Candace said, I understood what it implied and I understood what I said. So Wendy is like, okay, she's like, but I accept what you're saying. Now, I did appreciate them as friends, being able to talk to each other like that or co-workers. I don't know how the friendships are going because I don't think none of these people actually like each other. That's just my opinion. But Candace says she did hear and receive what Wendy was saying. Now, I love me some Wendy. Don't get me wrong. But Wendy, you shouldn't have given them that. That's just my opinion. I feel like Wendy should have pulled Candace to the side later because you best believe if any one of them have anything to say, they're going to stick together. So I feel like in that moment, Wendy should have said, you know what? I'm going to just sit here quiet like I have been. Because Candace was she just unleashed. So Ashley is like, so our conversation meant nothing? Candace said, no, the conversation still stands. Ashley said, so it doesn't apply to you. Candace said, someone that looks like me isn't taken as seriously in those situations as someone that looks like you or Robin. So she admits that she said it in an inflammatory way, but she's not sorry. Ashley was like, well, I just don't really appreciate it. This show made my skin crawl this season. I cannot even begin to articulate my thoughts. So I'm just going to move on because just watching this part 2 and part 3 was very triggering and it leaves a lot to be said. So for me, I'm just going to move on, honey, because moving forward. So then we go on over to the Miami vacation and all of this peekaboo. They were playing with each other's vaginas. So Andy asked about Robin being wasted. And she's like, he's like, I've never seen you wasted like this. She's like, what? Say what now? So Andy asked if Juan likes it when she shows up drunk. And she's like, yeah, he likes it when I come home drunk. But yeah, he doesn't watch the show, but he does like when I come home drunk. Is he there when you come home? Oh, okay. So then they asked about Wendy and Mia, and Wendy said that they were all drunk, and basically Candace started it by showing her vagine. They all had a little vagine show and tell, but there was no kissing, no licking, no touching, none of that. Wendy is like, they all said that I had the prettiest cooch. Girl, for you to show Mia anything except your ass to kiss is beyond me. Baby, it is beyond me. Now Robin is saying that Karen implied that Juan SA'd her. Child, this is a mess. So Karen was like, no, he didn't SA me. But does he need to keep his hands to himself? Yes. So the men are dismissed and Andy has gone tech. He brings out this Five Below speaker and is playing Candace's song. And they wrap this thing up in a nice little bow. So then we see 2 weeks later They add this Watch What Happens Live episode that we've already seen. Child, let me get to SWV and Escape so I can relive the 90s. Goodbye and good riddance, Real Housewives of Potomac, child. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. I'm about to party on down to the Escape beat, just kicking. Shout out to Candy. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about part 3 of this unnecessary reunion. Please leave your comments and your thoughts respectfully down in the comment section. I know that there are going to be differences of opinion. Everybody stay respectful to each other, honey. We ain't got to go low because these heifers losing their damn minds. Okay? Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.